Since Project Reborn started back in November, I already feel like I've become a different player through all the work we've put in, and I'm extremely proud of the progress we've made in this short amount of time. But during these 2.5 months that have now passed, I've experienced limitations with the project. Limitations that could prevent me from reaching the end goal of signing that new professional contract. That is why, over the last few weeks, I've had a difficult choice to make regarding the direction and the future of Project Reborn. Should I keep going alone, or should I make my comeback to club football? Now I have finally reached a decision. Today, I can announce that I have re-signed with Vänersborgs IF for 2024. But what I want to make clear right away is that me signing this contract is not the end of Project Reborn. Everything that was a part of Project Reborn before this contract will remain a part of Project Reborn going forward. At certain points, I have felt like I would let myself down by not keeping the core foundations of the project, but at the same time you have to remember the end goal, to come out of Project Reborn a transformed player with the best possible chances of signing a new professional contract. And the best way to do that is to acquire this final piece. Vänersborgs IF is the final piece of the Reborn puzzle. A club that I know very well and feel a lot of love for, but also a place where I know that I can contribute and keep progressing as a player. The puzzle is now complete, and now all that's left is to get to work. So if you have been following me since the beginning of this YouTube channel, I have played for Vänersborgs IF during the last 2 seasons. In 2022 was the first year, and then also in 2023. And in those 2 years we played in Ettan Södra, which is the first professional tier in Sweden. And at the end of 2023 we unfortunately got relegated in the last round of the season. It was kind of a tough moment, but at that time I had decided that I didn't want to head into another season. I wanted to do my own thing. Project Reborn wasn't really formed yet. I hadn't really put that into words, but I had this concept in my mind what I wanted to try. So after that 2023 season, I said to myself, I will head into 2024 now, not signing for a new team, and do my own thing in terms of Project Reborn and everything that it entails. And the reasons for making this decision, because I had been playing football for 16 years up to this point, and then making this decision that I will not be playing club football, it was a big decision of course to take, but I felt like at that moment in time it was the best decision for me to take, and really what motivated me to keep going forward in my career. Now, the reasons for starting Project Reborn was that I wanted the freedom and I wanted the flexibility of not having the obligation to go to team training, to go to the games, to, attend team meetings. I wanted that time freed up because I felt during the last couple of years that I spent a lot of time doing things that didn't benefit me at all, or benefited me very little. In terms of what I actually could do and how I could invest my time in a more intentional way. So that was when I landed in the idea that was Project Reborn, and you have been following this project, you know everything about it. I've done my own individual football sessions, I've done my own individual gym sessions, I've started working with Rise Football, a performance agency, and we have gone through some psychology sessions, we have analyzed my games, and we will keep analyzing my games now going forward, and I will tell you more about that. But I really felt like, okay, I've set myself up in such a great way that I wouldn't have been able to imagine when I started the project. But then I started this project at the end of November, after the season had ended, I rested for a couple of weeks, and then I started this project and I felt really motivated. You can go back, you can watch all of it, and I felt really good, and everything just fell into place as I moved along. In the 5th episode, you can see that I partner up with Rise. I later sign with their agency as well, so I now have an agent that will help me out going forward and finding new opportunities and new trials heading into 2024 as well. So everything was really set in place and everything felt good, but I started to feel like there was something lacking. And many of you don't know this, but in December of 2023, I also went back to my old team and I joined in on some training sessions. Almost the entire squad have left, so there were a lot of new players coming out from the academy. The assistant coach that we had last year, but he has now the head responsibility. So I just wanted to, play football, try it out in a team environment again, see how it felt. So I trained with them for a couple of weeks in December. The pitches were really bad. It was really cold, icy pitches. So, you know, you couldn't really play football. We can say that. But you know, I trained with the team, and the coach spoke to me, and he said that he really wanted me to join in for 2024. He wanted to give me a contract, and he would see me as a key player. And of course, when he said these types of things, I felt really great that he really wanted me in the team. But I had my mind set on Project Reborn for 2024, and we had a meeting, and I told him that this is what I want to do. I explained the project to him. It seemed like we would part ways heading into the new year. So I went home, celebrated Christmas, kept up with the training. But it was around this time when I started to feel some limitations within the project, and especially with my own pitch sessions, because I couldn't really practice the things that I wanted to practice. I wanted to practice using my body under pressure when I had no one to pressure me. I had my sister come and use a pillow to, you know, punch me with, to act like some sort of defender. I came back home here to Trollhättan, and I just started to feel like this may not work. And I really wanted it to work. I invested in the VR headset, you can see it back there, the Be Your Best app, for me to be able to train game-specific scenarios, train my brain, and put myself in those situations, just because I weren't gonna play in a team. So I set myself up in a way where I could go through without club football. But I started to feel the limitations of it, and I felt like this may not be the best way going forward. But at the same time, I didn't want to go back to where I was before, because I left for a reason. But the team started training in the second week of January, I believe, again. So I joined in for training, didn't sign a contract or anything, but I just wanted to go there, keep trying things out, and see if we could come to a possible solution where I could continue Project Reborn, but also play in a team. And during this period, I really wanted to, you know, talk to them and see if there was any possibility where I could combine Project Reborn with club football and playing in Vänersborgs IF, because they wanted me and I wanted to play. I love the club. I think it's a great club, a club that have a lot of this family feeling. Everyone knows everyone, you're close to everyone in the club. So for me, it was either that club or no club at all. So I spoke with the coach and I explained the project to him again, and I asked him if we could come to a possible solution where I could continue the project but still join in the team. And after we have been speaking back and forward for a while, I kept going to training, we eventually came to an agreement where I can keep going with Project Reborn, but where I can also join in the team. And I think this is the best decision going forward. I've said this a lot of times, but I think it's always important to, you know, adapt to situations, reiterate. You know, when I started the project, I had one goal in mind. The goal is the same, but along the way, I've said this in previous episodes, there may be some things that will change. Things will happen, things that I don't know of. I need to be open to changing things for the better, of course. And I came to this decision that this is the best course of action going forward, to join the team again, but where I can join a team but still being able to do my own things as well. That was really important to me, and we came to an agreement, and I'm so grateful for that. So I want to thank everyone in the club for being able to make this happen. And, you know, I feel like everything is in place now, and now heading into the future of 2024, of Project Reborn, and another season with Vänersborgs IF, I feel really excited, and I feel like everything is really in place for me to have a breakout year. But you know, as always, and I will keep saying this, I don't know what the future holds. I've signed a contract now, and I will, you know, do my absolute best for the upcoming year of 2024. So what's been going on more recently? Well, I signed the contract last week, and I've just been waiting to make this video, to make it official. It's been official. They put it out on their Instagram, but I wanted to make it official through this video. So there will be a lot of content coming up. Our training games, we played our first official preseason game yesterday. We unfortunately lost 1-0, but we got to try a lot of things out, a lot of new concepts that the coach wants us to implement, both in defensive play and in offensive play. There's a lot of youngsters coming up who needs to get used to senior football, but it's a process that takes time, and you have to be patient with that. But I think we're in a really good place. I think we have a great idea of what we want to achieve. And I'm just incredibly excited for the future, for the season with Vänersborgs IF and for Project Reborn. And I'm just really excited to take you along for the ride as always. So this video was kind of really a video where I wanted to provide you with more just of an update and not maybe the type of usual video with the training and stuff, but I really wanted to clarify why I have now joined the team when I said previously that I wouldn't. But I hope you have a better understanding of it now, and I hope you're as excited as I am heading now into the future of Project Reborn and heading further and further into 2024.